Shalom. Giving all praises to my Heavenly Father. His name is Yahweh by Yashim, Yahweh Shai by Shem Kahakradash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders everywhere. Peace and many salutations to Yakim that's tooling in his truth. I wanted to come with a sit down just showing how you have the branch of the government starts with a C um, that, is over monitoring and influencing um, social media and podcasts and things of that nature. Um, Now we've been seeing a lot of weird activities going on in the nation of Israel, and a lot of that has to do with the influence of Esau Edom. Okay, so we have to understand that Esau Edom is painting us a certain way, to eventually come down having great wrath, as it says in Revelation 12 and 12. And right now he's painting a certain picture via social media to come against this truth. Okay, so let me read this for you guys. I simply asked Grok um, AI system about the CA and it's whether or not it monitors and influences social media. So let me read this for you guys. It says, I asked the first question. Says, does the CA monitor social media? It says yes, the CA does monitor social media as part of its intelligence gathering efforts. Publicly available information from platforms like Twitter, Facebook, and others is often analyzed to track trends, identify personal threats, or gather insights on global events and public sentiment. This practice falls under what's known as open source intelligence, OSINT, which involves collecting and analyzing data from openly accessible sources. The CI, like many other intelligence agencies, have acknowledged using such methods to support its mission through the specifics about their operations, like exact tools, targets, or scope, are typically classified or not publicly detailed. So you have the CI using, you know, uh, social media as a way to track and to categorize, certain trends, going on in the U.S. and also to gather public opinion about certain matters, and think about what we've been seeing as of lately. We've been seeing, more, famous podcasts uh, speak about the awakening, like guys like Fugazi, the Haas twins, not all so-called black, right? Vocab alone has been, diligent for decades at defaming, and you have these Christians. What they're doing is they're coming up and speaking against the various camps. They're coming to the various camps, to get uh, more videos against coming against us, disputing against us. All this is being collected, what I'm saying? And of course, the public sentiment is that we are a threat. And this is what the CI is gathering. And eventually, you know, they're gonna get enough information, to come against us. And it's very plausible that we're in that time period in which, you know, um, they have enough to roll on us. Okay, this is why the apostles have been saying not to, you know, not to engage these people, because it's really for our detriment. The more that they come and make these certain videos, the more that they can defame us. And we're not gonna make it easy for them. Okay, you know, it's only gonna get worse, and it's very, very plausible to know that you have people amongst us, that's amongst these various Hebrew Israelite camps that have sold out. They have took the bag to act a certain way, especially what we see going on now with these various fiascos. It seems like they're getting more and more intricate and more deprived. Okay, and it's not going to stop. It's only going to increase. You have a lot of people. Well, you have some people. I can't say a lot because I don't know the exact number. You have some people that are implants, set up to defame us. You know what I'm saying? And it's only going to get worse. They're going to see more and more defamation. Okay. It says, I'm gonna skip down. It says, can OSINT be manipulated? Yes, OSINT can absolutely be manipulated. Remember, this is that open source intelligence. The database that that the CIA uses to collect certain information about certain topics. In this topic, us, the Great Awakening, the Hebrew Israelites. All right. We already know that it's being manipulated and being that the public sentiment is being manipulated to paint us, as terrorists, basically. Okay, it says, so sync can absolutely be manipulated, since open source intelligence relies on public available data like social media posts, news articles, or online forums. It's vulnerable to anyone who can influence or distort that information. Manipulators don't need to hack into secret systems. They just need to shape what's already out there. Okay. This is why, with us having such a presence on YouTube, on all the different social media platforms, they had to implement somebody like Vocab Malone to counter, the influx of videos that we do. Starting and the influx of videos, and street preaching videos, that we do, was influenced by the apostles and the elders, So to counter that, guys like Vocab Malone was set up, okay, whose sole purpose is to shape public opinion about us, to make us look a certain way. All right. This is for example, bad actors can flood platforms with disinformation, fake accounts, or coordinated campaigns to skew perceptions, like pushing a narrative during an election or crisis. Think of uh, botnets amplifying a hashtag on Twitter to make a fringe idea look mainstream, or stage photo video spreading on Instagram to misrepresent an event. Even substyle stuff like editing Wikipedia pages or planting misleading blog posts can trickle into or sent an analyst if analysts aren't careful. So we know that the basically certain perceptions can be skewed, you know, with the diligence of someone, trying to, basically defame another party. This is why these Christians are coming out so much. Okay, this is why we're being addressed by, these social media, podcasts. Man, it's only going to increase. This is why you got guys out there that's on no jumpers, debating fugazi, things of that nature. A lot of these guys have sold out, bros. Have sold out. Okay, it took in the bag to basically make us look like buffoons. Okay, now I want to play for something from you from Matt Kim. Then I get a couple of scriptures and that be it. I'm gonna let you hear this. What he says about social media and the CI. You know what I'm saying? This is according to Matt Kim, and this is a video he did. Is Sean Ryan a CI tool of narrative control? And he said something very interesting about podcasts. You know what I'm saying? So, just take a look, take a listen, I should say.
But I feel like the podcast world has been infiltrated. I feel like the mainstream media recognized they're not stupid. They play stupid, yes, but they're not stupid. They saw the writing on the wall a decade ago. Mainstream media is dying. Alternative media and decentralized media is rising, right? The sticky factor of these episodes, these psyops, people are seeing it looks like a Simpsons TV show. It looks like an episode from CSI Miami. People are no longer looking at this stuff and being like, bro, this is not real. And so how do they begin to move the masses? Well, CNN is no longer effective. They only have 10,000 viewers an hour, right? But Joe Rogan, Sean Ryan, Lex Friedman, and his recent interview with the King. Did that not reek of psyop and controlled opposition and like Pepsi?
It's just propaganda,
dude. Lex Friedman sold out, man.
Or he always was.
But that's the point, though. When did Lex begin? When did Sean Ryan begin? When did these alternate years ago? So could it not be that years ago, maybe a decade ago, they got
tapped on the shoulder?
CNN's dying, mainstream media is dying. We see the rise of these Rogan-esque type of personalities, right? Daily Wire's coming into itself, right? We saw these alternative. We saw Louder with Crowder, right? With things were moving a decade ago, right? They were just started, and man, the amount of planning. I would not put it behind them, Matt, that what we are living in today, the Lex Friedman, the Joe Rogan, the Sean Ryan. What if all of them were just part of the game? And that's all I'm saying. What if all of them are just part of the game?
So 2 points. One is that I've gotten to know Sean pretty well. We exchange children's pictures, etc. So if he,
I mean, let's do another example. Let's do two more.
Okay.
You went and saw Andrew Tate.
Well, that's all I'm gonna say. Andrew Tate, father, was with the CIA.
I'm so bad to say it, bro.
Listen what he's saying. Listen what he's saying, bros.
A guy that we've known very well. Tucker Carlson.
I was the second.
Father worked for the CIA. Another guy we know very well.
And another
Sean Ryan literally worked for the CIA. A guy we know very well. So I had a friend.
Are we CIA?
Well, our friend King Andrew called me one day. He goes, Matt, I need to know. You can tell me if you are. He goes, are you at the CIA?
Really?
Right. Yeah, you see what he's saying. You see what he said, right? There's a lot of implants, you know what I'm saying, in these podcast realm. You don't think that they don't have that in the realm of Israel? Okay, so we know a lot of crazy things is going down. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have taken a bag. You got guys like ISUPK doing interviews, and you know they having the real nigga, the real nigger academy. Excuse my nigga, I should have said it with the A, but you know, where they have Vice TV, you know, a known um, platform that dives into conspiracy theories, or CTs, I should say, right? And they're painting themselves as a so-called black extremist group. Okay, just things like that, brothers. So it's a lot of crazy stuff going on. Watch, be diligent. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys, they're starting to pop up. You know, guys have been around, been scoffing for years. You know, and then it's time when the heat is on, they show up, posting scriptures. You know, you know. Yeah, these guys, man. A lot of these guys, you know, the implants. A guy like Rabia, okay, all he does is report on the uh, the wickedness of, you know, Israel. How you gotta think so? How's he getting all this information? How does he have all this information just saved? Okay, just saved and readily available. You know what I'm saying? Think about that, bro. So we live in that time to where, you know, they're gonna come up against us. And all this is, you know, ordained. You know, the Wadi Shah. That, you know, at least he gave us an idea of, you know, the set times to come. Okay. Now this is Matthew 10, and I started 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the to the councils. They will scourge you in their synagogues. Now, this might not be physically going on, you know, us being scourged in the synagogues, but we are, you know, spiritually being scourged because we're being defamed, you know, in that narrative is going to be utilized to pass certain legislation. It's going to be used to come up against certain brothers. Certain brothers are going to be persecuted. Okay? Right? Certain brothers are going to actually physically have to go in front of a magistrate because of the allegations that's going to be put on them by the internet. It's going down, you know? Right? So it's going to get very interesting out here. Verse 18. And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in the same hour what ye shall speak. For it is not you that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. So the Most High is going to make an intercession. And they're going to allow us to speak, the electors speak into defending the truth a certain way, even though, you know, they're being, you know, lied on, persecuted. Okay. Verse 21, excuse me. And the brother should deliver up the brother to death, and the father, the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. So betrayal is going to happen. All right, a lot of these guys, you know, they call themselves elders. They call themselves, you know, man of the Lord. They're saying they're for the sheep. In actuality, man, these guys are wolves in sheep's clothing. Okay, as it says in verse 16, and they're going to devour the congregation. Okay, and they've been, you know, incentivized to do so. Okay, you got a little money, if you get my drift. All right, to be plants and to sow discord. Okay, Jude 1 and 12. These are spots in your feast of charity. When they feast with you, feeding themselves without fear, clouds that are without water, carried about of winds, trees whose fruit withereth, without fruit, twice dead, plucked up by the roots, raging waves of the sea, foaming out their own shame, wandering stars, to whom is reserved the blackness of darkness forever. Right? These are foaming out of their own shame, you know, showing forth the shame, wandering stars. You know, these guys want to be the celebrities. They want to be the guys, right? And all, you know, and they paint themselves a certain way. In all actuality, a lot of these guys, they didn't got the bag, man, to act the fool. All right. Verse 14. And Enoch also, the seventh from Adam, prophesied of these, saying, Behold, the Lord cometh with 10,000 of his saints to execute judgment upon all, and to convince all that are ungodly among them of all their ungodly deeds which they have ungodly committed, and of all their hard speeches which ungodly sinners have spoken against him. These are murmurers, complainers, walking after their own lusts. And these guys, you know, that are acting fugazi, you know what I'm saying? These are the guys that always start the shit, always talking shit, always in the midst of somebody talking shit, always showing up, typing, sowing discourse, sowing doubt, you know what I'm saying? Getting together with other people, talking shit. So brothers, you gotta be careful too, you know what I'm saying? Be careful who you complain to. A lot of guys, you know, they motives ain't right. Okay? Like getting together and they talking shit and talking down. You better be careful. You better be careful. You know, because a lot of these guys, they're not right. A lot of people, you know what I'm saying, you know, that are amongst certain brothers that lack order, you know, affiliated brothers. A lot of these guys, man, you know, they're implants. Okay, here to sow discord. You know what I mean? You know, and they feed off of shit like that. But a lot of you guys who are affiliate, it's you know, more and more being seen that, you know, you guys want to do your own thing. Okay, so hey, you know, that's what you have to look out for. But back to it. These are murmurers, complainers, walking after their own lusts, and their mouth speaking great swelling words, having men's persons in admiration because of advantage. Right? The cult of personality bullshit. You know, you got people out there teaching Gnosticism. You know what I'm saying? Or Gnosticism, I should say. Excuse me. You know, so-called hidden knowledge, which really is a pseudo knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Talking down on the elders. You know, and even with that circle, man, they murmuring, complaining. So it's a lot of that going on. It's a lot of guys out here, man. They only show up to sow discord. A lot of them, you know what I'm saying, they might be on a small level, just a scoffer. A lot of them are, in fact, implants, man. You know, on a broader scale. Okay? On a broader scale. You know, I'm not going to name any names, but just, you know, think about everything that has been transpiring these last few weeks. There's been a lot of weirdo shit going on that's only going to continue. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that you're solid. Make sure you're solid. Make sure you ain't here complaining and murmuring. You know? That's all I can say. You know, because it's coming to that time, man. You know, giving our praise to my Heavenly Father, name is Yahweh, by Shem HaShah, by Shem Crocodiles. Pray this edifying. Shalom.